Welcome to the Sunday, November 30th, 2025 Massachusetts Pirate Party member meeting. My name's James. I'm from Somerville. If others could identify.
Steve Revelak, Arlington, Massachusetts, but please don't hold it against me.
Eli McGee, Leominster.
Thank you. Is there a reason we should hold it against you, Steve? Is there something about Arlington in the news we don't know about?
Oh, it's nothing recent. It's just, once again, I found myself reminded this weekend that we are the community that screwed up mass transit to the Northwest Corridor for everyone. And it's a little bit, it's sad, but it is what it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, Medford didn't want the Green Line going any further, so I guess they're the new ones. So, still got the bike path, right? You got the Minuteman Trail.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, any changes to the agenda? All right, great. So, for reports, the Pirate News went out, albeit delayed, unfortunately, but it is posted now. Because the holidays, there really hasn't been terribly much going on. There is a hearing on the 9th in Cambridge. You can find it at masspirates.org. For the Public Safety Committee for Cambridge to decide whether they want to go forward with rolling out about 12 plus, well, definitely 12, but or more flock camera locations, which thankfully were rolled back, but whether that's rollback is going to be permanent. And let's see, I caught something on Tech Dirt. Where is it? It's something in patent news. So well, I believe that they want to make some changes to the patent rules, the patent regulations that would make it harder to challenge them. So I'll put a post out tomorrow about that and email folks about it. The deadline, I believe, is the 2nd. I'm sure EFF has something here, but it's not popping up quite immediately, unfortunately. So I'll get that news out to folks. And then that's it for reports. So it's been a while since we've had a Pirate Council election. And we're hoping to do it at the various conferences, but we didn't get those but we weren't able to do it at those. So since it's November, I thought it would be good we should follow up on that and have another Pirate Council election. It's been well over a year. And so wanted to see what dates we should have, what schedule we should have. So the thing we would have is a call for candidates, a date by which candidates have to be nominated, and then when we have to send the election ballots out and when they have to be in by. And then thus, counting would be, ideally days after. So thoughts?
My initial thought is to start, in terms of let's start, I'd pick a date 3 months out and then work backwards.
Okay. So a date certainly 3 months out from now. Let's see here. So it being the 30th. That would be what, February 28th or
Yep.
March 2nd?
Yep. And
March 1st.
yes, late February, early March.
Okay. So what date? So that's the date by which election closes? Or
Yeah, I
ballots
think
are
so.
counted? Okay.
Well,
So what date do you want to, what date do you recommend?
let's take a look here. So, how about closing on Friday, February 27th? I mean, we're just talking an election, correct? Not an actual in-person
Correct.
event. Okay. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. How about closing on Friday on February 27th?
Okay. And so then ballots would go out. People would have 2 weeks to do that, or 1 week? What do we want?
Well, 2 weeks sounds reasonable. So that would be ballots going out on Friday the 13th.
Okay. And then if we can get them out earlier, that's fine. Okay, so then we would want um, nominations a week prior, 2 weeks prior.
Let's say nominations, yeah, 2 weeks prior. So that
Okay,
would be January 30th.
okay. And why don't we say nominations and statements and things like that?
Yep, that works.
And then that way, if it takes them longer to get us statements, then, we have to track people down. Hopefully we can do that in a week. Okay. And then basically the next email update will be nominations are open. So get the form out. Well, let's say
Nomination form out by the middle of January.
no, I was thinking nomination form out by why don't we say December 12th?
Okay, that
Just
works.
to, like, ideal, let's aim for the earlier than the 5th, but definitely by December 12th. Okay. That way we give people basically 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all, I think, Fridays, right? Yep. All right. Um, so just to reiterate, that's the nomination form out by December 12th at the latest. Nomination statements due by January 30th, 2026. Ballots out by Friday, February 13th. And closing election closes on Friday, February 27th. Are we saying midnight?
I would say 5 p.m. Or we could do midnight, or let's say 11:59 p.m. for clarity.
Sure. Okay. How about just end of day?
Yeah.
All right. Great. Then those can all go up on our calendar, of course. Okay, so any objections to that calendar?
No, no objections.
Great. Okay. So that'll be out. I'll put that out in the next email, and I should have the previous form, which I'll should be able to clone and update correspondingly. Okay, great. I think that works. Let's see. All right. Are there any U.S. Pirate Party issues?
No. I guess I can update that there is a update to the what's it called, the 2026 conference tournament. Is how they're doing it, or did you go? Or no, you already sent out an email saying what the remaining eight cities were. The only
Right.
ones, yeah. The only ones remotely close to us would be Boston and Providence. Everything else is good distance away.
Okay. And so I guess the previous one we put in the email update. Do you know when that's supposed to close? Like I got a notice of it on the National Party Discord, but I haven't heard when it was due by. Do you know?
I'll have to double check, but I'm 90% sure each of these like brackets are valid for 2 weeks. It's either a week or
Okay.
2 weeks, off the top of my head.
Okay. And so it came out about 6 days ago. Yeah, if you could find that out, I'll reach out to Mitch and find out. I'll ask.
Well, I actually
Ideally,
pulled,
if it, sorry, go on.
sorry, I pulled up the voting form, and it says no more by weeks, so that would imply that it's like week by week. So I would assume
Okay.
that this closes end of day today or tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess we'll try and get. Yeah, I don't think I'll get an email update out today. Not sure about tomorrow either. But all right, so I'll keep an eye out for the next one and put that in. I know the previous one, we had a notice of that, and of course I sent it out to the Massachusetts section on Discord as well as the activist list and stuff like that. So there's that. Okay. Thank you for that. Anything else for National Party?
No, there is a meeting in 40 minutes, so there might be.
Okay. Great. So, next thing would be 2026 campaigns and voter outreach. So, now that the holidays are over, that's going to be my focus for the next month or so when there's not some other hearings and stuff that I've got to be at. So, I'll be contacting people starting this week and see where that goes. If there are other folks who want to help me in contacting, by all means, shoot me an email. Yeah, contact people and see how they feel about running, and see if we can talk some people in. I was notified that Joe's opponent in the previous election looks like she's going to run for state senate, so that seat might open up. So hopefully that'll help in 2026. So for pirate news, as I said, the last week's has gone out. Is next Sunday, still a good time for recording?
Next Sunday is fine for me.
All right. Um, and then that's pretty much what I have. I mean, do we want to look over any of the other Commonwealth bills, or, being that it's a holiday night, perhaps adjourn early?
I would not mind adjourning early, to be frank.
Nor would I. Are you okay with that, Eli?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Oh,
Well, yes.
one thing that maybe we want to talk about, put on an agenda for a subsequent meeting.
Mhm.
Doesn't not necessarily have to be in the near term because there's still some balls up in the air, but there were, I believe, 12 of the ballot petitions. No, I take that back. 11 ballot initiatives per Commonwealth Beacon, a Commonwealth Beacon story I read earlier today, that believe they have enough signatures to qualify for the 2026 ballot. And apparently there's one petition that, for technical reasons, did not get on previously that will also be added. So we would have a total of 12 ballot questions this fall, prospectively. So it might be worth looking at those and seeing if we want to take any opinions on them. I mean, it's something to do in 2026.
I quite understand. Um, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I saw that the top two, um, there's a proposal to, we obviously we already have too much democracy, too many people running for general election. So, they want to go just limit it to, an open primary, all the parties, and, instead have the top two vote getters, whether they're both Democrats or both Republicans or whatever uh, whomever the top two winners. It's kind of like runoff voting light. Would then go to, the election. So I know I would recommend that we. Um, I know I'd recommend that we urge people not to vote for that, since that basically means, you know, we're not in the general election. And as I constantly say, you know, in the legislature of Massachusetts, odds are 60% of the time, there is only one candidate running in the general election. So somehow top two doesn't seem really
Well,
useful.
the one place where it would be useful is when an incumbent decides not to run. And of course, yes, we absolutely have a problem that that incumbents, they go unchallenged far too often. But in the case where you do have, like, say, 9 people running for one slot, and then you have somebody who, out of those 9 people, the most favored candidate had 26% of the vote. In for those situations, the the single primary might not be such a bad thing, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly remember when Capuano ran, when he got elected for U.S. House of Representatives. There were a lot of candidates running, and functionally, the primary was the only election because, no,
Hmm.
certainly no Republican was ever going to win. Um, but that's just why we should have instant runoff voting or ranked
I
choice
I
voting.
agree. I agree.
Um, so one thing I do want to point out, so uh, we had sponsored the criminalization of self-defense, which is by the Black Response and Impact Boston. It was a really good talk. I wish it had been recorded because there were so many wonderful perspectives about how our legal system is very much, if you're someone who's suffering from abuse over years that build up to a point where you have to defend yourself through um, by using violence in order to defend yourself, all of that past history is just kind of washed away, and we just look at the particular details of that particular incident. And obviously we never want to get to that point. We want to support people so that they can get out of abusive relationships through through income supports and other means. But it's certainly something to think about. And then additionally, on December 4th, at the Unitarian Universalist First Parish of Cambridge, I believe it's 6 o'clock. They're going to have a screening of Where Do Black Men Live? So just wanted to, they're continuing to do good events, and I just want to, we aren't a sponsor of that, but I just want to notify people about that. You can find it at, I believe it's theblackresponse.org. So, no, sorry, the Black Response, the blackresponcecambridge.com. There we go. Okay. So, anything else to discuss? All right, great. Thank you both very much. And, folks want to join us there every 2 weeks. There'll be another one in December, currently, at least one more in December. So if you'd like to join us, then by all means, details are at micepirates.org on the sidebar. Have a wonderful time, and happy holidays and all. Stay warm, stay well. Bye.